Okay, and we're off. So, first of all, thank you for joining, taking the time out of your day. So, quick overview of my background, just so you know who's delivering this to you. So, I'm a PhD student at Liverpool John Moores University, studying the implementation of high-intensity strength training in academy football, or soccer, depending on what part of the world you're from. I'm a lead strength and conditioning coach with Liverpool John Moores University as well, which is where a lot of these Excel skills were born. And then beyond that, I have a habit of making databases for various departments, research projects, and sports teams. Now, more so while you're here today, you might recognize this from Twitter. I posted a screenshot of this onto, I think it was PhD Diaries Twitter post, and did not expect the reaction that this one image received. This was born out of a systematic review and meta-analysis I was going to be doing as part of study one. The plan eventually changed, albeit for the better. However, I continued to build this. So this should be a quick video to demonstrate what we've got. So across the top are the filters. So you can be as specific as you want, looking at via topics, and then an endless scroll underneath to look at each paper that I've entered. You can be a little bit more specific. So if I'm looking for my PhD, we've got soccer, youth, resistance training, and then below are all the papers that match this criteria. So just clearing this, and then potentially you might want to look for a paper by a specific author. So one paper by this author, much more by the next. So that is it in a nutshell, is what we'll be looking at today. And I'll be showing you step by step on how to build one of these. But first, answers to a few common questions from when people were registering. Will this be available after the session? Yeah, as we speak, it's being recorded. This will be sent round via email to those who registered, and I'll be looking to upload it onto YouTube or something like that, so it's available for future. You'd be glad to know we don't use complicated formulas, macros, or pivot tables to build this. This is really straightforward. I appreciate there's a lot of people from very different backgrounds on this. On the interest formula, everything from cancer research, high performance sports, businesses. It's very diverse, so I'm going to be teaching this from the ground up, making it as simple as possible. I do use a citation manager alongside this because it's a lot easier to handle references as parts of big bodies of text, but this is where I do add all the notes in from papers. So I'll read a paper, highlight it on a PDF, and put all the key information, all the information that I feel is necessary, into this sheet. So when I'm looking for specific papers or I'm writing on specific topics, it's much easier for me to just bring all the relevant information to the surface. I know a lot of people are part of that use Apple. As far as I'm aware, there'll be no issues with this on Mac. The slicer functions, the tables should all be the same. Just be aware that the options and tabs might be in a slightly different order. And similarly, can this be done on Google Sheets? As far as I'm aware, yes. There shouldn't be any problems with that. Just be aware that I think on Google Sheets it doesn't like the slicer functions, but I know on OneDrive, so the Microsoft equivalent, it works perfectly well. Other questions that people are asking we should cover as we're going through. Any questions, so just leave them to the end and I'll answer where I can. So how to make it, what we're actually here for. So if I just swap screens. So, albeit not particularly beautifully looking, but this is what a lot of people seem to be using at the moment, just general titles across the top, title of the papers, whatever the author might be. Obviously, this is falsified and fake data, but it's going to be ideal for what I want to show you today. So first and foremost, we'll select everything, go to Insert, Table, and Table as Headers. This is probably the most important step. So don't mind this. Probably the most important step of setting this up, as without it, the slices won't work and it all becomes a mess. So it's all selected, centralize, and text wrap. So this will mean that the lines will insert below each other, and as you'll see. From here, sorry about that. So go design, and then I end up picking just a neutral color, and you'll see why in a second. Want to drag that first row down, making plenty of space for your slices. Click anywhere on the table, and this is the bit that people think you're really interested in. If you select Insert, Slicer, and then whatever you'd like to filter by on this table. So for me, I'll always go author, year, paper, main topic, and subtopic. These can be whatever you need them to be, depending on what you feel is necessary, what information you want to cleave from papers, or if you're using it for research methods, testing, whatever you need from, you'd like to store. Insert all them. Now it's just a matter of dragging them around into the position you'd like them to be in. If it holds, there we go. And then resizing. Then from there, just to make things look a lot nicer and easier to use, you go up into the top right, click on columns. This will change how many columns there are in each individual slicer, making it much easier for you to have a look at the relevant bits of information. This one year that I have across the bottom, if we add in a lot of columns, it acts more like a timeline, which would be easier if you're looking for papers, particularly that are more recent or older, depending on what you need. And then from there, all I'll do is edit the column width of each. If you want to do this in a bit more of a systematic manner, you can select the full column, right click, column width, and type in the exact width you want if you'd like each column to match. And then from there, it is just about adding a little bit of color. So I'll always go blue, and then match the equivalent slicer. Main topic, subtopic method, exactly the same again, just add different color. Oh, sorry, the the zoom options keep getting in the way across the top. And it's as simple as that. So when I click on intervention, it'll just show me the ones that match that criteria. If I want to see interventions that cover main topic 1, 2, 3, you can be as specific or as wide as you'd like to be in those search criteria. The only thing we've got left to enter now is the endless scroll underneath. So to do this, we select that first row underneath our titles. We'll go on to view, freeze planes, freeze planes. And then that gives us our endless scroll. And it's as simple as that. That in a nutshell is how to make the journal database that I posted the other week. It's probably a lot simpler than people originally thought, but I found it's invaluable for writing, whether it be sections on specific topics and just organising thoughts. You can add more columns in. You can add, and then whatever you feel is necessary. So header 1. Then when you go to insert a slicer, header 1's automatically there for you. And then these filters will automatically update as well when they see new data. So if I put main topic 10, topic 10 shows up in the filters option straight away. Okay, so we've got a comment from Gemma. How do you change the color on the title, author, year only when I'm trying to change the color? Okay, so if I remember right, last thing I spoke to you before, Gemma, about this is you're on a Mac. All it is select the headers that you're after, and then onto your theme colors and fill to whatever color you'd be interested in. If you want to change the color for the entire thing, you'll go on to design and then table styles on this right hand side. Well, in essence, guys, that's it. This is the one that, oh, sorry if I just changed the screen I'm sharing. So this is the one that everyone would have seen in action. So this has got near enough 300 papers in. Let's say I've been building this over the past 3 years now, 2 years now. And I'll fill this in as I'm reading a paper. So I wouldn't have to go back and fill it in one full swoop. Okay, so a few questions coming in. Can I share this Excel sheet as a template? I can, but we'll cover that a little bit more at the end. And then other than that, guys, it's just about doing the hard work now, doing the miles and reading the papers, filling in the key bits of information. Okay, we've got quite a few more questions coming in now. Okay, there's a lot more questions than I can keep up with. Okay, I will go back to all of them at the end. We'll have to put a pause on that at some point. So just jumping back onto the presentation. Well, actually, that is everything. Right, let's dig into those questions now. You share. Okay, so Zoom's letting me know down now, guys. Just 2 seconds. Questions. Answer that one. Chat. Okay, can slices be added and altered at a later date? Yes, dead easy to go into. So if you need to alter slices, all you'll do is right click. You can go into slice settings. You can change the title, the order you want them to appear in, whether it be alphabetically, or you can customize the order that they show up in. So yeah, they're not set in stone. They can be altered and changed as you go. Next question. How do I look at multiple slicer options? So main topic 1 and topic 2. So if you want to look at more than one option, so if I was to look at, so let's go into the sports option. If I wanted to look at football and rugby, obviously if you click between the two, it'll jump. If I hold the control button and click, it shows both. Okay, so that's just holding control and click. Next question, do we have a drop-down menu for the paper type, for instance, or is it just write the type? So I don't have drop-downs on this, guys, mostly because I find that they limit the flexibility. Just relies on you to not misspell any of the key titles, basically. I just don't have drop-downs because these can be quite fluid. So on another one of these I have for population, I have cell, rats, mice, human trials, whatever it could be. So now I don't use drop downs just because it allows these to be a bit more flexible. Next question. I have my library in EndNote. Is there a way to export into Excel for ease of building the library? Honestly, I don't know if there's a way of importing an EndNote library straight in. Most of I literally just import a citation to EndNote so I can put it into the Word documents. So the honest answer is I don't know if there's a way of importing an EndNote library. If I add another row, will it automatically be updated into the slicer menu? Yep, so as just showed before, if you put new information underneath for that column, it'll automatically show up in the slicer option. Is it possible to link some databases so that specific columns are filled in automatically? Yeah, they can be. This is where we start going into more complicated formulas, which I'm not going to be covering today because that's more of an individual case-by-case basis. Can we view the questions others have asked? They can if they ask them in the Q&A section, but when they show up in the chat, there's not much I can do, but I will put together a frequently asked questions thing after this, so everyone has the answers. Did you use this library Excel with a reference manager? So yeah, Anna, just covered that before. So I have EndNote running alongside this. This is it just makes it easier for me to write. So if I'm looking for a specific paragraph on a specific topic, I can find the key papers that I've got here. It just guides me in the right direction. Is it recommended to be used for the data above 1000 plus? Not sure on that question, if I'm honest. Can I demonstrate it alongside EndNote? Unfortunately, I don't have EndNote on this laptop, so I can't. Yeah, sorry about that. So all I'll do is say I highlight PDFs in the editor, put the key information into this, and then I do just use EndNote to import citations into Word documents. Just makes it easier for formatting. And that's all that I've got here, guys. So if I just jump back to the presentation. There we go, so we've covered that. So quick summary, how to insert the table, how to add and now use multiple slices, how to freeze across the top of the cells. And yeah, it's as simple as that. Oh, we've got more in the chat. Can you list more than one topic area or sport for one paper, or do you just have to choose from one? So you can have multiple. You'll just add it in. So if you had on sport, for example, if you had soccer / rugby or invasion games or something along that lines, it'll put that option in the slicer. But the slices are specific to whatever text you put into that column. So whatever you type there is what will show up. And then, so thank you for watching, guys, more than anything. As I said, I never expected the response to the original post. I hope this was useful. I know there's a wide variety of people on this and that will be watching this in future. So yeah, things you can expect to follow. Video recording this session. I'll be sending this to everyone who's signed up and registered. I'll also do a step-by-step PDF because a few people have contacted me saying they can't use Zoom in their country as they've been told it's not secure. So I'll also do a step-by-step PDF, which I'll attach all the FAQs to and answers as well. I'll put the video up on YouTube, so it's there forever. So if you ever need to, you can reference it back. I can do templates of this, guys, but unfortunately I can't be sending them off for free. So if you need them, get in touch. And as I said right at the beginning, I have done custom work for sports teams, departments, research projects. So if you need assistance or you want anything done, please get in touch. My Twitter handle is in the bottom left. Other than that, guys, all the best. Thank you for taking some time out of your day.